Hello, everybody. You're very welcome today. We're joined by the chairperson of Laois Tourism, Caragh Sharma. Caragh is here today to tell us about an up-and-coming festival that's happening in the month of August. You're very welcome, Caragh. Great to see you.
Thanks, Bernie.
Would you like to kick off and tell us about the festival?
Sure. It's actually the only festival in the county this summer, which is a bit sad when we have 25 amazing festivals in the county usually. But we are delighted here in Ballinacil that we're able to proceed with this year's Twin Trees Haywood Art and Culture Festival. So it's from the 20th to the 23rd of August, and it's 3 days of en plein air tutored painting. So we have one day of painting in Haywood Gardens, another day by the lakes and in the woodlands in Ballinacil, and then in the village on the Saturday. And we have three fabulous tutors, Jock Nichol, Bridget Flannery and Geraldine O'Reilly, who will be tutoring our painters who are going to come and really enjoy painting in the gorgeous Haywood and Ballinacil. And last year we had people from all over the world and all over Ireland. This year it's people from Ireland and loads of returning artists. We're delighted about it. So that's kind of the big thing that we're doing for the 3 days. Saturday the 22nd is going to be our busiest day. We're going to have a market in the square in Ballinacil. It is going to be with Laois producers. So we really wanted to do something in this strange year to support Laois producers and give them somewhere to showcase a little bit. So we're going to have a number of people selling their delicious wares and coffees and chocolates and all kinds of things on the Saturday. And instead of having an art gallery like we normally would indoors, we've had to think a little bit differently this year, and we're going to pretend that Ballinacil is Merrion Square on a Sunday, and we're going to display the art on the railings around the village. And so people come to the market and come and admire the art, which will also be for sale. So we support the artists by offering their work for sale for them. So the art can go from, depending, some of the artists are very humble and entry level, and they would be selling their paintings for, €30. And then we have some established artists who are more in the hundreds, and everybody in between.
Right. So this year, I suppose, with COVID restrictions, you've had to adapt really your offering, but well done for taking it on and going ahead with it.
Thank you. So look, it's Ireland, so my advice is to bring your brolly and bring your suntan lotion. Yeah, and absolutely. We're hoping for sunshine, but we're carrying on anyway. So our event is entirely outdoors. The artists, they socially distance naturally anyway. They get into their creative bubble and they just want to create and paint, and that's very, very straightforward. But we usually have a lovely launch for them, and it's a soiree and we all have a drink and admire the art, and it's indoors, of course. So the whole idea of the Merrion Square idea, hanging the art on the railings, kind of came from keeping it outdoors. And instead of the kind of cheese and wine reception, we've changed it, and on the Saturday morning we're going to have a really fancy breakfast with one of our lovely Laois companies, Rural Vagabonds. You just had Eric on recently. Right, yeah. So they're going to do a really fancy breakfast with some of the lovely Laois coffee from the guys in Grape and Bean, and they're going to use the lovely Kevin Scully's beautiful porridge, and we'll probably find a little glass of mimosa somewhere. I can't claim the mimosa is going to be from Laois, but we're going to have a celebration breakfast instead.
It's great to keep things local and support.
Yeah, really, I'm hugely passionate about that, and there's so much talent here that we need to really.
And they've been hit pretty hard, in fairness, during this COVID pandemic.
They sure have.
If people want to find out more about the festival, where can they go?
Yeah, so they can go to twintrees.ie, and we've got all the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram on the go, as you would expect, Bernie. One of the feature events that we're doing actually on the Saturday afternoon, which we absolutely love and we're really looking forward to, is we're doing a tour of Haywood Gardens with the grandniece of the designer. Edwin Lutyens designed Haywood Gardens in 1906, and his grandniece Amanda Pitcairn gives an amazing tour of Haywood. So we're going to kick off Saturday afternoon with the tour, Then there's going to be talks. The first talk is going to be by Dr. Matthew Jebb, and he is the director of the Botanic Gardens, and he also represents the Lutyens Trust here in Ireland. And he's going to talk about the relationship between Gertrude Jekyll, the garden designer, and Edwin Lutyens, and which came first, the house or the garden. So that's a very interesting one. And then for more of a gardening flavor, the second talk is going to be by Jeff Stebbings, who writes for the Sunday Times. He has had his show on the BBC. He was former head gardener at Kew Gardens, and he's also a writer. So Jeff will speak more for the gardener who wants to go out and get their hands stuck in the mud. And so they're two very interesting talks. And generally, we'd like to have a fancy afternoon tea indoors. But this year, we're going to punctuate the talks with a picnic afternoon tea. So everybody who has bought a ticket to attend our tours, talks, and picnic afternoon tea will get their own individual serving of food, and they'll be able to enjoy the gardens and have their little picnic as well. So look, we've changed given the circumstances that we're in, but it's kind of exciting because, you know, how often do you get to have gorgeous spread like that in Hayward Gardens? So
absolutely,
it's all good.
So in terms of tickets, I'm sure people need to go on and book their ticket for whatever
they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So the tickets we're doing a heritage walk, a historical walk of Balnakill Village and the Haywood Estate, including the mausoleum to the Trench family, which for heritage nuts is going to be huge and exciting. And our local historian, Gerard Dunphy, is going to conduct that walk at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. And that's €5, but it has to be pre-booked. And then the tourist talks and afternoon tea, again, that has to be booked, as does the 3-day en plein air. So there's tickets available for everything. Not many for some of the events. We have yoga on Sunday morning in the Sunken Garden in Haywood, which is amazing. There's only a handful of tickets left for that. So yeah, our en plein air for the 3 days is €80. All of the work that we do is for community projects. So this is very much a labour of love and a chance to show off our gorgeous corner of the county. So
okay, well, that all sounds fantastic. I certainly will be booking my ticket to attend some of those events. And again, it fits in really nicely with the Laois Tourism You're Welcome campaign. Anyone who's looking at this and not from Laois, it's well worth the visit to Hayward Gardens.
Yeah, so it is. It's one of the jewels in the crown.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to it. And fingers crossed the weather will be kind that weekend.
Brawley's and suntan lotion, Bernie. We just got to get on with it.
Absolutely, you're right. I'm sure the gardens look beautiful in the rain also. So thanks very much, Caragh, for joining us today, and looking forward to seeing you at the event on the 20th to the 23rd of August.
And the big busy day is the 22nd, Saturday.
Okay, thanks a million, Caragh.
Thanks a million, Bernie.
Bye.
Bye.